Interface has been on this journey that we today call Mission Zero since 1994. So we, in fact, are one of the first, or have been one of the first movers in sustainability. But gosh, now that's 16 years. So it's been a journey. We originally referred to it as to be the first sustainable industrial company by the year 2020. We later put this name Mission Zero as a brand promise. That really means that that in the year 2020 we will have eliminated all of the negative impacts that our company has on the environment. So as far as how far along on this journey that we are, we believe that we're right at about halfway. And so if you refer to our ecometrics and look at things like greenhouse gas emissions reductions, renewable energy reduction, closed loop material use, all of those metrics that we measure, we believe that we're about halfway there, which means there's quite a bit to go. We're proud of what we've done, and we're very energized for the rest of the journey. At Interface, we have committed that by the year 2012, all of our products globally will have environmental product declarations, or EPDs. So what is an environmental product declaration? It takes this life cycle analysis that measures every impact of every part of the product and process, not just in the part that we make, but all the way through the supply chain. And it's third-party verified in a process so that it's peer-reviewed and scientifically rigid as it can possibly be. And so what we believe that environmental product declaration, we actually have challenged our competitors, we challenged all industries to adopt this because it is we believe it's true north, if you will. It's the highest form of transparency in the marketplace. Carpet really probably isn't an environmentally responsible product. And let me talk about that a little bit. And I think one of the interesting things about what we do and why sustainability is so important is that carpet is a petrochemically based material. Most all of the costs that Interface that we have as a manufacturer are tied up in material. And so it makes that use of that material and the efficient use of that material very important. So when we began on this journey, we really began with that in mind, that we're this company that's trying to get to this place. It's a zero environmental footprint, but what we buy and what we use in our products it comes from the oil well, comes from petrochemical base. So when you start there, you really realize that the first thing to do to make the product more environmentally responsible is to reduce the amount of material that you use. Use less. At the same time, improve performance, but use less material. One of the things people don't necessarily realize, which is a really interesting statistic, a pound of nylon, which is the primary material that's used in really most all carpet, has the same embodied energy as a pound of aluminum, or very close to the same embodied energy as a pound of aluminum. Now, what does that mean? If you go all the way back to the wellhead and take the oil, refine it through all of its processes to create the chemistries that become nylon, that all of that energy is equal to what it takes to create a pound of aluminum. So when you think about that, it has a very, very high amount of embodied energy. So when we began to learn that, the number one thing that we had to do was use less, design the materials out, and the most important thing is to create a closed loop system that takes old carpet and allows us to turn it back into new carpet. That's been the vision. How do we get to a place in the future where we no longer have to go all the way back to that wellhead, that frankly we can just harvest the carpets that are on the floor and turn them back into new carpets? We have a program at Interface called Reentry, and Reentry is a carpet take-back, carpet recycling program that essentially we go into the marketplace and we take back old carpet from our customers. We take them to a processing center that separates these materials, because carpet does use some differing materials. We separate those materials, and then we process them to create clean raw material streams that can be reintroduced into new carpet. So our take-back system is one that we've been operating now since 1996, I believe. We have taken back over 200 million pounds of post-consumer carpet. I believe that's right. There's a whole lot more that we need to do, but we've been the leader in this. We'll take back anyone's carpet, not just Interface products, but we'll take competitors' products back. And the vision is that one day we would regionalize this recycling process in areas of the country so as to put the recycling where the carpet is versus bringing the carpet to the recycling center. In the last decade, environmental awareness has risen, and today it's in the mainstream, and that's great. And with that, most all companies today, I think, would have some sort of green product or green attribute of their product. I like to think about, I like to divide sort of the market into two different kinds of companies. Those that are pursuing a purpose and those that are pursuing a trend. As environmentalism has become more mainstream, you do see a lot of claims, you see a lot of green products. And so the question that I would ask if I was a customer, and I am a customer, I buy a lot of raw materials in our business to create our products, is really look at how green the company is. So a great question is really, can a green product come from a not green or brown, if you will, company? So really understanding what's behind the product is really important. So how do you do that? I think asking suppliers and asking or customers asking their suppliers about the transparency of the materials they buy, the transparency of the processes they go through, and trying to understand the integrity of how they think about what they design, what they make, and what they create. And I think that's what, as we've all gotten more sophisticated and there's more information out there, that is what's really critically important.